It seems like all of our devices are getting smarter these days, and that includes our homes. Rich Brooks is our tech guy from Flyte New Media. He's here to talk about smart homes, what it means to have them, and how we get started. Thanks for being here.
Always a pleasure.
What is a smart home, and why would we want one?
Well, a smart home just automates a lot of the devices and features in your home to make your life easier. So it can make your home more secure, safer, and it can actually bring down your energy usage as well, and it can help with accessibility. So if you have somebody in your family with mobility issues, this can be a huge benefit as well.
So what are some of the devices then that can be smart in our homes?
So almost anything that's electronic can be smart because you can get an outlet, a smart outlet that will plug into your regular outlets that will control whether it's on or off. But a lot more devices these days are being built to be smart, and some of the more popular ones include things like light switches, thermostats, the blinds and drapes that can move, almost anything electronic, even Roombas can be controlled in the smart device. And I actually saw a family that had a power-saving device, a smart one, that would tell when the dryer turned off, which would then text them and tell them laundry's ready.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
I mean, that is kind of a nice perk to have. How do we control these devices?
So there's a lot of different ways you can do this, and they can work together. So sometimes it's just voice activated. In the same way you would talk to Alexa, you can just say, hey, turn up the heat in here. But you can also do things like you can control them on your app. Some people will actually set up their iPads to be kind of like a permanent dashboard control center. And you can also set up sensors. So sensors can do things like when you walk into a room, the lights will turn on. Or when the sun comes up in the morning and it hits your shades, the shades will actually rise automatically. And then you can even set up automations that will do several things in a row. So when you open your garage door on your way home, it will turn on the lights, turn up the heat, and maybe even start playing your favorite music.
Okay. Again, this sounds fabulous. But when you have all of these devices, how do they talk to each other? How do they all stay connected? Yeah,
so you can connect them through either Bluetooth or Wi-Fi, but to be honest, if you start to get serious about this, you probably want to invest in a smart home hub. These devices start under $100 and go up from there, but that way you're not sucking up all of the Wi-Fi bandwidth and interfering with your streaming services.
So when you have these products, do they all need to be made by the same maker, or can you kind of mix and match your smart devices?
That's a great question. So over time, these have become more intercompatible, but at the same time, if you're just getting started, I might recommend just choose one brand like Apple or Amazon or Google, or one of the more popular ones in this industry is called Home Assistant.
Okay, so if people want to get started doing this themselves, how do you start? Where do you begin?
I would walk before you run.
Okay.
So I'd start with maybe just one room or even just one task that you'd like to automate. Keep it very simple, use your current Wi-Fi. And if you like it and you want to expand from there, you can start getting smart devices, you can invest in a smart home hub. Just be aware that it starts to add up over time, and last year the average smart home cost about $2,000 to $6,000 in the US to get up and running. So at that point, some people might say, you know what, I'm just going to get up off the couch and turn up the heat myself.
Right, yeah, especially when you're talking figures like that. So as far as what these devices can do, I know you mentioned sending a text message when the dryer's done. What are some of the craziest stories that you've read?
Yeah, so I saw this family in New York City that every time they wanted to leave and go on the subway, they had connected their smart home to the New York City subway schedule. They would press a button and they would start a countdown clock on when they should leave the house so that they could arrive on the platform just as the train was getting there. And I thought that was a very clever usage.
My God, it's crazy.
Yeah.
And it's crazy what people think of
Absolutely.
to use these devices
and
for.
As long as you can connect it to the internet, then you're able to do a lot of things. There was somebody else who set up a mouse trap, and when the mouse trap was full, it would text him to say it's time to empty it.
Oh my
now,
gosh.
he didn't do it this way, but I'm sure you could connect it to a have a heart trap too, if you wanted to.
A lot of people would like to use, of course. Awesome. Great tips, great information.
Thank you.
Can't wait to see what people think of next, Rich.
Exactly.
Thanks for being here. And if you would like to learn more about smart homes, just head to the 207 section of our website and app. And don't go anywhere. We've got more of our show for you right after this.